Okay, our next question comes from Joanna, who has two cats who are kind of getting into it, Olivia and Pudim. Watch the question.
Hi Jackson, these are two cats. They keep fighting. Sometimes we don't know if they are playing. It quickly escalates to some near-death experience.
Before we watch the video, I gotta say, every time someone says this to me, my cats are fighting, or one cat attacks the other, or, etc. I gotta tell you, 80% of the time, 8 out of 10 times, it's not what you think it is. It's usually something else. This, however, is something. Let's watch.
Hey!
Okay, now that's something. Now, I don't know which cat is which, so I'm just going to make a call here. Olivia is the one on top, and Pudim is the one on the floor. Joanna, if I'm wrong, forgive me. Here's what we're seeing, though. Who is the aggressor in this situation? Obviously, it's Pudim. Pudim is the one on the floor. So, how do we know that this isn't just play? Well, watch right here. Olivia's ears are flattened. Her face is up against the cardboard. She is making herself as small as possible, and when ears get plastered to their head that way, what does that say? That's saying I'm about to get attacked, and so I'm gonna make sure my ears don't get ripped off my head. This is fight or flight. This is self-preservation. So we know that Olivia is taking this very seriously. We also know that Pudim is observing all of these movements and taking it for what it is, an invitation to fight. So this is not a good scene, what I'm seeing between these two. Now here is where there's a secondary problem. So now we've had a little bit of a dust up here, and Joanna breaks it up with her voice, which the fact that you can break it up means it's not at a 9, let's say. But now you see Pudim coming back around the corner. That means I haven't had enough and I haven't proven my point yet. So I'm looking for an equal opportunity to come back and do it again. We know that Pudim is the aggressor. We know that Olivia is the cat in trouble here. What do we do? Well, knowing that I've just watched 7 seconds of your cat's life, it's a little hard. But what I can tell you is to look at the place where it happened. And this is a note for all you guys. If you're trying to undo violent interactions, one of the first things you can do is break it down to cat detectivism. If you take a look at my video on breaking up cat fights, I talk all about detectivism. The idea here is that you want to break it down to not emotions, not who feels what, but I notice this, just like I'm doing with this video. Here, we can notice where it's happening. And if, Joanna, every time there's a dust up, you put a piece of tape on the floor, or you note it in a journal, it happened here, it happened at this time of day, this is what was going on in my house, then you'll start to figure out what might be setting these guys up. But in this case, you have one piece of cat furniture, and I'm looking around and I'm not seeing anything else. That means that there is an argument breaking out over resources. So one of the first things that you can do is get more resources. Make sure there's more furniture around. Make sure that you're adhering to the general principles of catification, which say that you want to make sure there's lanes of traffic, not just one place to go. But where does this piece of furniture lead to? Well, in a perfect world, it would go from here to maybe another piece of furniture a little higher, maybe a shelf, a human piece of furniture, so that Olivia, when she's trying to escape, has somewhere to go that's not on the floor. She doesn't have to jump down and face the wrath of Pudim. She can go this way, she can go this way. He can't pick all of those directions. Remember, if there is only one lane of highway and there's 2 cars, someone's gonna wind up in the ditch. So what do? You create 2 lanes of traffic. So that's one of the things that you can do. The second thing is, again, I don't know your life and I don't know who does what at what time of day. I can tell you, Joanna, break it down to what you notice at what time of day. This could just be that Pudim is looking for someone to be his favorite squeaky toy, and you're not playing enough with Pudim. And we know that Olivia is presenting herself as a really cool squeaky toy. She makes the noise, she flattens down, she turns herself into prey. So make sure that you're playing and getting energy out of Pudim as well. Now, obviously, when you're showing me just scenes, 10 seconds from your life, it's really hard for me to to do my job. You know, you guys know me. I come to your house. I spend days there. In this case, though, I can tell you two things. Number one, Olivia takes this very seriously, so don't joke around about it. And number two, we got to try to find out a way to take the steam out of Pudim a little bit. Luckily, got a whole lot of other videos and books and shows that help you dissect the problem and figure out what's going wrong. And once you figure that out, how to fix it. Thanks, Joanna.